The United States is turning up the pressure on Putin by targeting two of his children with sanctions.
We head now to the Black Sea and to a sprawling palace complex with its own amphitheater, a tea house, and a helipad. Who owns it?
Vladimir Putin earns a modest $140,000 a year as president. But have you ever wondered how he vacations in billion-dollar palaces? Or why do his daughters own multi-million-dollar properties across Europe? From Putin to Medvedev to Yeltsin, the families of Russia's leaders are sitting on fortunes that would make even oligarchs blush. Today, we're exposing the hidden wealth, secret deals, and shocking luxuries of Russia's most powerful families. Buckle up, this story is wilder than you think. Putin's family, the phantom fortune. Vladimir Putin is the first person we should talk about. Indeed, he's not even a billionaire. Not publicly. The Pandora Papers and the late opposition leader, Alexei Navalny, did investigations that say Putin runs a secret business empire worth more than $100 billion. But where does his family fit in? Putin's daughters, Maria Vorontsova and Katerina Tikhonova, live under aliases, but are tied to mega projects. Maria runs a state-funded genetics program. With $1.7 billion, Katerina Tikhonova thought that the couple had assets worth about $2 billion. The Putin Palace controversy.
The information about the palace has been discussed for over 10 years. Now there's an opportunity. The opposition compiled everything and decided to brainwash people.
Navalny's 2021 investigation exposed a $1.4 billion Black Sea palace allegedly built for Putin. While he denies ownership, contractors and documents link it to his inner circle. Oh, and it has a casino, an ice rink, and a vineyard. Because why not? Putin lifestyles. Russian President Vladimir Putin seems like a modest politician who makes a modest income. In 2020, the Kremlin said that Putin's yearly salary was $14,000. In contrast, the US president is constitutionally required to earn $400,000 a year, which is more than twice Putin's pay. This might seem like everything, but if you've been following me, you know this isn't the full picture, because recently, redacted documents reveal that in 2007, Putin's personal wealth was approximately $280,000. But at the same time, he owned a private 833-foot apartment in St. Petersburg, along with other assets. But because in 2012, Putin was photographed wearing a number of expensive wrists, watches collectively valued at $700,000, nearly 6 times his annual salary. Putin has also been known, on occasion, to give watches valued at thousands of dollars as gifts. For example, while on vacation in 2009, he gifted that Blancpain watch to a Siberian boy. He met Blancpain watches are the 15th most expensive out of all 337 known luxury watch brands in the world. Now, according to some experts, Elon Musk's word isn't enough for you. Putin may be the wealthiest man in the world, with assets totaling up to $200 billion. While that is a ridiculous amount of money for anyone to have, this figure may not be so far-fetched for Putin, because in the late 2000s and 10s, his luxury watch collection began to see the light, and Putin was often seen sporting high-end timepieces that are retailed for multiple times his supposed annual income. He has been pictured wearing Patek Philippe's perpetual calendar watch worth $60,000 and allegedly owns a $500,000 Anga and Sona T-Graph, as well as other fancy designs. But if that doesn't justify why anyone would make the crazy claim of a $200 million net worth, then I need to show you one more thing that owns what you are looking at is a 190,000 square foot mansion, is the pinnacle of luxury and exclusivity. Surrounded by untouched natural beauty, it has panoramic views, complete privacy, and great architecture that fits in perfectly with its majestic surroundings. Medvedev's lavish lifestyle. Dmitry Medvedev, Putin's former puppet president turned patriotic hardliner, is even more brazen. His Instagram flaunts Rolexes, rare sneakers, and a $1 billion country estate. In 2023, independent media uncovered Medvedev's secret estate near Moscow. 20,000 square meters with a private lake, helipad, and a golden toilet. His salary? Just $120,000 per year. Math isn't matching here. His wife, Svetlana, owns a luxury fashion brand and a stake in Novatek, Russia's gas giant. Their son studies at a Swiss boarding school. Tuition is $50,000 a year. But sure, it's all hard-earned. Katerina Tikhonova, lifestyle. The Russian president's second daughter is Katerina Tikhonova, who was born on August 31st, 1986, in Dresden, East Germany. Keeping up with her many responsibilities in school, work, and sports has been easy for her. Tikhonova finished at St. Petersburg State University with a degree in Asian Studies. She then went on to Moscow State University and got a master's degree in physics and math. She is the head of InnoPractica, a company with ties to Moscow State University that works on new ideas and scientific study. She has also been put in charge of a new artificial intelligence center at the university. In addition to her academic and professional work, Tikhonova used to be an acrobatic rock and roll dancer who competed worldwide and got good results. The media is interested in her personal life, especially her ties and how private her family relationships are. Even though she has public roles, Tikhonova keeps a low profile, and not much personal information about her is known to the public. Yeltsin's legacy, the foundation of corruption. There was Boris Yeltsin before Putin. He let Russian billionaires steal from the country in the 1990s. His family knew how to use their power to make money. The deals between the Yeltsin family. Yeltsin's daughter, Tatyana Dyachenko, was his guide when a lot of state assets were sold off. After that, she joined the board of Sistema, a company that bought up oil and phone companies. It is thought that she is worth $100 million. Yeltsin's granddaughter, Maria, flies private parties in Monaco and owns a $15 million penthouse in London, the article says. All from a modest salary for the president? The famous Panama Papers revealed a web of secret offshore deals and loans worth $2 billion that pointed to Putin. After oligarch Melkovsky was jailed for fraud and tax evasion, the other oligarchs went to Putin and asked him what they needed to do to avoid going to jail with Kovsky. From what happened next, it seemed like Putin's answer was 50%. He wasn't saying 50% for the Russian government or the presidential administration of Russia, but 50% for Putin personally. In 2016, Vladimir was accused of all of these things, but he denied them all. He only admitted to a different kind of wealth, saying, "I am the richest man, not just in Europe, but in the whole world. I collect emotions. I'm rich because the people of Russia have twice put their trust in me to lead a great country like Russia. I think that's my biggest wealth." The Wagner is a group of companies that work together as a private military company, PMC, and offer their services for combat and security missions. As we saw during the US-led wars in Iraq and Afghanistan, private military companies are not at all strange. In fact, states often hire them to do different jobs. Still, there is a difference between how Russia uses the pictures and how the rest of the Western world does it. The rest of the Western world uses private companies because they are more flexible and can easily be denied. Russia uses it as a covert arm of the state, but an arm nonetheless, and they answer to Putin himself. That's why, when Yevgeny Prigozhin, the mysterious founder of the group, came out in the open and decided to target both Putin and the Kremlin, he was killed on August 23, 2023. Prigozhin was listed as a passenger on a plane that crashed in Russia, killing 10 people. However, authorities would not officially confirm the identities of the other passengers who died. But what do you expect from a man who spent 17 years in the KGB as a foreign intelligence officer before starting his political career? Putin knows what Russia's nuclear codes are and has full control over the army, which has an incredible $84 billion budget for defense. Russia is still committed to having a strong military. This huge investment of $884 billion isn't just a waste of money. It's a clear sign that they want to be a major player on the world stage, especially with problems like Ukraine still going on. A lot of experts think that Russia's defense spending will go up. Vladimir Putin's political wealth. People are speculating that Vladimir Putin has a huge secret fortune that goes beyond his official salary as president of Russia. Reports say he controls a lot of money through proxies, state-owned businesses, and close oligarch friends, even though his declared assets only include a small income, an apartment, and a few cars. Some figures put his net worth at more than $200 billion, which would make him one of the richest people in the world. His control over Russia's economy, energy industry, and big companies like Gazprom and Rosneft makes him even more powerful in politics and the economy. But the real amount of his wealth is still a secret because assets are hidden in the names of close friends and state-controlled businesses. How they got away with it. So how do these families hide their wealth? Let's break down the schemes. Shell companies and offshore accounts. The Pandora Papers leaked 11 million files showing Putin's inner circle using shell companies in Cyprus and the Bahamas to buy yachts and mansions. State-funded grants. Putin's daughter's projects are bankrolled by state budgets. Maria's Genetics Institute, funded by Putin's $2 billion science initiative. Oligarch handshakes. Medvedev's wife's stake in Novatech, gifted by oligarch Gennady Timchenko, a Putin ally. It's all about loyalty and kickbacks, public outcry, and international backlash. Russians aren't blind. Polls show 60% believe officials are corrupt. Navalny's investigations went viral, but dissent was crushed. Meanwhile, the West sanctions oligarchs, yet the money keeps flowing. Putin's family isn't on the sanctions list. His daughters? Just private citizens. Medvedev's wife? Untouchable. The EU froze $300 billion in oligarch assets, but the big fish? Still swimming. While ordinary Russians face inflation and conscription, their leaders' families live like modern-day czars. But as sanctions tighten and watchdogs dig deeper, one question remains. Will these secret empires ever fall? Or is this just how Russia works? So, what do you think? Are the members much richer than we've shown in this video? Or have they been grossly overrated? Let us know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Also, click the next video shown on your screen. You will enjoy it.